Okay guys, I've had a lot of people ask me about how to get the rear wiring for 11 volt into the buttstock on the AK74 from Azrael's Armory, the full metal full timber version. Basically when you get it, you'll notice that there will be a Tamiya connection running off here. And basically your 7.4 volt goes down into there. All I've simply done was cut my Tamiya plug off because I run Deans on all my batteries, and you can see where I've put the positive here and the negative here, and I've basically run it under the wiring catch that comes with it. To do it, all you're going to basically need is 1 meter of your silver wiring, a soldering iron, Allen keys, and a Phillips head. So basically the way we started off is we take these 4 screws off the back to get the buttstock off. Try not to rest the blaster on the blowback. Just in case, it is held just by that one metal rod. Don't really want to bend it. Okay, so we're going to take this off. This buttstock will slide out, but first we are going to undo that screw and that screw. Now the beauty of it is the buttstock is already hollow. So the downside is that every time you want to change your battery, you have to take this little plate off, change your battery, screw the plate back on, which, you know, plug a new battery in, put your plate back on, and it's done. So a bit hard in the middle of a game to do something like that, but personally I swap batteries in between games or when I know my battery's starting to get low, but generally if it's starting to get low on the field, I see out the game and then I'll change it before the next game, just to keep everything running fresh. As you can already see, I've already wired Dean's connections onto the back here, and the hole there can basically fit 2 batteries in there. So it is a very, very big space, more than enough for the 11 volts that we put in there. It's an 11 volt battery right here, and just goes in without any sort of issues. So it goes all the way in, goes all the way down, nice and easy. So basically I slid my buttstock off. I've got a red marking my positive there, but basically just take your silver wiring, cut your Tamiya connections off, wire your positive and your negative, and then run it all the way through under these clips. Down the back there is a little, you can see that there is a little space here that goes up against the gearbox, so the wires just run perfectly through into the buttstock, run them all the way to the end, and then solder on whichever connection you like to use the most. And then attaching the buttstock back again, you can see the wires, basically I have them running out the top like so, and then that just simply slides back on. So then just put 1 screw in for now, plug in your 11 volt and change it over to full auto. She is ready to go. So I hope this helps guys with how I've run my wiring through. And then basically, you know, your top plate just slides on like normal. So if you like this little tutorial, guys, I mean, it's very simple standard tutorial. Don't get rid of your fuse. Just basically that's keeping your trigger switch from frying. Keep that in there. If you want, you can chuck a 40 amp on it, run your wires through, put whatever connection you want on. Just make sure positives to positive, negative to negative, as usual. And be sure to use some heat shrink, because you know it's a metal gearbox, metal receiver. You don't want anything exposed touching that, as it will short the connection. So there we have it, guys, and then we can just run the 11 volt like normal. Put your 11 volt in the back, plenty of space, put your screw back on, and off you go. Alright guys, cheers.